Since 1995, there have been over 21 million housing transactions in England and Wales. But the average Brit will only move house 8 times. This is a bit like looking for a needle in a haystack. As a property professional, how does this make you feel? But what if there was a better way? Welcome to the 6-Minute Strategist Property Directory of England and Wales. The problem is you've got 21,845,078 housing transactions to look over. But what if you could just take away all of those except the ones you want? And then imagine if you could make the map even more friendly by adding some roads to it. Now let's see what happens if we want to zoom in and just look at some property in the centre of Salisbury. First of all, I'm just going to select Salisbury and I'm going to move all the rest of the data out. And there you are. In a flash, you're looking at the property transactions just in Salisbury city centre. And if you click on any one of these dots which represent a postcode, you can see every transaction since 1995 for that particular 6-figure postcode. Now let's take this a little further, because we can look at this data in a number of different ways. We've seen the map view, but you can also adopt a table view, which is much like looking at the data in Excel. However, if you want a chart view where you can see the blocks of data, which again you can go and select if you wish to pick out particular aspects. So in this case I'm looking at flats, which is under the property type, and you can do that very easily in the chart view. With the pie chart view, you can see a segmentation in another way. Here again is property type, and I can see the split between detached, semi-detached, flats, terraces and other. In this case I can see that 16% of the properties in the SP area are detached houses. The bar chart view enables you to look at the data in yet another way. In this case I'm looking at the difference between the new housing stock, which is the Y, which is the slower band, and the existing. So if I just wanted to select new properties, I would click on the smaller group. In this case it takes me down to 887 records from 13,000 and be able to work with that data group. In the tile view, I can group and colour and look at data yet again in another way. So here we have the different 6-figure postcodes, but inside you can see the different property types. And this shows you at a glance where the detached houses are, where the flats houses are, etc. In the pivot view, I can get an idea of numbers. Here I'm looking at the property type in the left-hand side and the price ranges that these fall into. In the graph view, you can see the same information, and this is very good for spotting outliers. So for instance, there's a detached house here, and we'll have a look at the details, in SP12EN, which sold for £6.5 million. My bet is that that's in the Close, and as you can see from the address it says Miles Place 68 The Close. However, you can have more than one view, and if we open this, which I've called the client view, then we can see at a stroke the details for one postcode. In this case it's SP2 7BJ, which I've selected at random. But I can see straight away that it's all existing housing stock. There are no new houses in this postcode. I can see that 80% of the houses are terraced, 9% are flats, and the 4% are semi-detached. And I can see that the prices range from 35,000 up to 195,000. When you're working with clients, whether they're buyers or sellers, you suddenly have a lot of historic and very detailed information very quickly at your fingertips. And this information is power and knowledge, and this can be really useful when demonstrating to your client that you know your stuff. But what I want to ask you now is why stop there? Because as well as using the fantastic capabilities of the Visokey Omniscope, I'm going to give you the corresponding Excel spreadsheet, which is going to allow you to do further analysis and extract the data so that you can use it in whatever way that you want. So here you can see the data in the spreadsheet, and because I've added filters on every column, you can actually do a lot of analysis just from the spreadsheet itself. But unlike the Visokey Omniscope, where you only have a viewer version, you can actually access the data and use it in any way that you wish. So let's recap. In the interactive map views, you can select areas or postcodes. You can view the full details of each property sold, its price, its tenancy, and its property type. So why is the property directory so useful to you? Well, it's going to help you to better understand the market, and this will help you to win new instructions. It's going to enhance your business profile through the intelligent use of data. You're going to be able to interrogate the market to find comparables to match your clients' needs. And you're going to quickly shortlist postcode areas and properties to help with your clients' searches and requirements. This is going to give you a competitive advantage. You're going to gain a detailed forensic understanding of your market. This is going to help you to strengthen your research for your clients. It will enrich and empower your staff. It will help you to create more compelling pitches for your clients and add weight to your marketing collateral. So, the property directory. This is your chance to get a real competitive advantage in your market. What are you waiting for? Or is tomorrow going to be another day like this?
You know why?